Shalom, everyone. Peace for those who love peace, and no peace for the wicked, the Lord said. I hope you can hear me very well. Let me know if you have any problem to be able to hear me. Uh, I decided to come online. I was in church actually, and we had some Bible study. Uh, so we discuss, some topics. There wasn't actually no topic in specifically. People have questions, and like each one of those who they are in the church have his own question. And always I notice that always the questions reflect each one of those people problems in life. And I notice that all the questions, it doesn't matter what it is, it ends with the weeds. So I decided to talk about it today. The funny that some of those who attend the church today, they said they asked those questions and always they did not get a satisfied answer. And when I asked them, like, you are expecting satisfied answer from whom? They said from the church, the minister, the priest. And then I asked, when the priest himself have a question, he should ask who? They were like silence. I said, don't you know that the priest himself, possibly he himself have a questions? And he himself, he have issues in life and he have problems. So when you come to the church and you ask questions, you expect the priest to give you the answer, because you always think about someone else to think for you. There's someone else he knows better than you. So you decide not to think and not to search and not to look. It's like when somebody is a teenage or a child, he is hungry, he go to mom. He say, is the food ready? I want to eat. But maybe the mother herself is hungry. So I have a conversation with the people in the church today, and I was able to help them to think the way they think about questions, how the questions come to our mind, and why we always expect somebody to answer the question for us. When the question is difficult, uh, the difficulty will put me under stress. So I say, okay, I'm not going to stress myself. I'm going to ask somebody else to stress for me. I'm not saying, by the way, that asking somebody else the question is a bad thing. But when we depend in everything we do on somebody else, that will be a problem. Uh, the priest, he was in the church, he allowed me actually, I never met him before. But he never heard of me before too. I did not even say I'm a Christian prince. I was just sitting with everybody, like, discussing with them, sharing together as a Christian family. Then the priest himself, he said, I never thought about it such a way. Thank you. I said, it's just, little thing. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. But then the whole conversation become about, not about how to, who's going to answer the question, like who's going to help me to answer the question. The whole conversation become is how I can find the question and the answer. Because sometimes we do not even know what the question is. Like we might come with a question, but it's not really the question we are, which is making us, let us say, unhappy. Sometimes even we don't dare to ask the real question because we are afraid of somebody will judge us, somebody will put you down, will look at you down, you know. So there's many things prevent you from asking um, some questions, or maybe many, or maybe all, because some they grow up in a family and maybe they are not, let us say, successful children in the family. So the whole family put them down, like, you know, you are the stupid one. You are not the one. Just shut up, you know. So you have a person who grew up, he's always put down, and then this person, when he have a question, not only he don't dare to share his opinion, he don't dare even to ask the question. So his ignorance grow, and then because people they treat him in a certain way, they put him down. So he is convinced very much that he cannot answer any question, and he is not even capable of making a question. Happy Independent Day. All right, my friend. I think the most important day in our life, and when you are independent from deception, not necessarily a flag day. And that can be other issue. How we can actually, we are talking about how we can find the answer and how we can even find the question. And this is about independent. I always rely in somebody else to give me the answer. And usually, this somebody else is someone, he have a title, you know, like somebody, uh, you know, he's a priest, bishop, somebody supposedly he study a lot, he read a lot. You will see a person who have a mental issue. He go to a specialist, and this specialist supposedly he study the human physiology and you know whatever, like how a human being think. And supposedly, if you talk to this person, because he is a specialist, he will help you to solve your problem. But what people do not notice, that those who they call them shrink, I think in America, that those who they are called shrink, many of them, if not all, are suffering from mental issue. And they are confused themselves. Because what is written in paper to study human being have nothing to do with reality. What is written in a paper by the specialist or so-called specialist is about observation of cases of people. Like you know, let us say we study 100,000 a human being, and we find that 1,000 of them they have such a problem. We give it a name. 10,000 of them they have different problem. We give it a name, etc. And then we start put those people each in his space, let us say. And then other specialist field or a specialist who they work in medicine and they try to practice on you like a rat, medicine which can help you in your case, supposedly. So the one who's always nervous, to give him a medicine will make him cool down. The one who have anger problem, the one who have depression problem. So after observing and practicing and trying things on you, they come to a sum of conclusion, or let us say success, and a lot of failure too. Many people, they give them the medicine did not work, and maybe even make it worse. Some people, the medicine work with them, so they write down success. So when you depend in someone, he is a professional, even if he's a scientist, and I put that between two brackets, he will try things on you. and there's no result is guaranteed. He might succeed, he might fail. Either way, you are the one is going to be affected, not him. I'm not sure if you guys understand what I'm trying to say to you, that when you think you are going to go to a specialist, you expect the specialist to do miracles for you. You seek comfort. You go to a doctor, you think the doctor now he will give you a medicine, and the medicine will solve your problem. And the doctor might say, I will need a surgery. And then because you have hope that the surgery will solve the problem, you lay down on the table and they open your stomach. And you allow them to cut you maybe pieces because you have hope that he's a specialist. And here we go to the issue of a trust. So you are willing to trust somebody else to cut you off, take part of your body, stitch you again, willingly. Even all of us, we knew that doctors make mistakes, and mistakes sometimes they can be deadly. Even though we know that doctors, they are doing business. They are not doing charity. They cut you open to make money, not for fun. So we know that those are businessmen. Their interest is not your health. Their interest is to make money. They did not study. Most of them, we can say maybe 99.9, if not maybe 100%. They did not study to become doctors to help people, but to get rich. And when you are in between the hands of a businessman, and you surrender completely your body to a businessman, all of this because you have a trust. But then where is the trust is coming from? If we know that doctors make mistakes, if we know that many people die between the hands of doctors and inside hospitals, where the trust is coming from? When a human being he reached a point where he cannot take it no more, whatever it is, he surrendered himself, not because he trusts, but because he wanted to surrender. He wants a solution, it doesn't matter how. Risky, deadly, it doesn't matter. When you are so much in desperate scenario, everything is welcome. And I'm not talking really about doctors here, don't take me wrong. I'm talking to you about doctors and medicine and hospitals, but in reality, I'm talking about something else. Remember, our topic is about the weeds. But what the weeds have to do with doctors? It has a lot. You know, health issue, it can be something, you have nothing to do with it. It can be even something you inherited from your DNA, from your parents. So your father, he used to have a heart problem. You carry his DNA and you have the same issue. Some ethnic groups, they have problems different from other groups. Like African American or African in general, they have different health issue from Asian or white people because simply the genetic is a little bit different. So those things we cannot blame anyone for them. It's you are born with it, you came with it. But there are things happen because we chose them and we elected them and we wanted them to be part of our life. So when I speak about going to the doctor or the specialist, I'm showing you how we accept even the most risky scenario just to get rid of something we cannot take no more. You have pain, you cannot take no more. Then they tell you there's a medicine. This medicine, if you take it, you will feel better. But then they tell you this medicine can cause heart attack, can cause internal bleeding, have tons of symptoms. So you find yourself, you take a medicine to stop the headache, and then you find yourself having a heart attack. So you are willing to sacrifice everything else to get rid of one thing. And that's what we want to talk about, how to be foolish or how not to be foolish. We have a topic, and if you don't like it, leave. I mean, we're not talking about Muslims now. Are we talking about Muslims? Today is Saturday, so I say let us talk about the Bible a little bit and have break from the garbage of Muhammad. You know, if we go in the Bible, in Matthew 13, all of it actually, not only 24 to 30, which is a very famous parable, you will find a lot of wisdom, if not all the wisdom we need, which will help us in many scenarios in our life. Every one of us, he have some kind of suffering. Some they have family problem, some they have health problem, some they have finance, and always things come, you know, based on which one is more important more. You might have all of them together. Because usually when one problem come, other problems come with it. As an example, when you're sick, usually finance problem will come because somebody is not able to work, somebody need too much medicine, need special care, need to pay bills, doctors, surgery, etc. So when an issue come, many things come with it. As like as when like when a if you are on a boat and in the middle of the ocean and there's one hole in the boat open, just one hole, you try to focus all your work in how to stop the water from leaking inside the boat. But usually a boat in the middle of the ocean and suddenly a hole open in it, that is a sign that the boat is not in a good condition. So maybe 1 foot away, another hole will open. Obviously, the boat is not in a very good maintenance, was not taken care of. So the one who decided to use the boat to go in the middle of the ocean, he was foolish. He did not take care of his boat, even though he knew that this boat is the way for him to cross. Otherwise, if he knew that the boat is going to have a hole in it in the middle of the ocean, he will never use it. But why the hole happened? Why the boat is leaking? The answer is very simple. He did not do a good job. He did not take care. He did not do maintenance. And that goes for everything in our life. If we go in the Bible here, Matthew 13, I'm going to play the audio for you. So we can read it together. Let's see.
Chapter 13. On the same day Jesus went out of the house, and sat by the sea. And great multitudes were gathered together to him, so that he got into a boat and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. Then he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. Some fell on stony places, where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up, because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground, and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said to him, Why do you speak to them in parables? He answered and said to them, Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. For whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, Hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. For the hearts of this people have grown dull. Their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For assuredly I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see, and did not see it, and to hear what you hear, and did not hear it.
Here, we want to stop. When the Messiah, our Lord, he speak about the parable of Isaiah. Here you notice that Christ, when he speak to even his disciples, he used a parable for a very simple reason. But at the same time, obviously they are very much familiar with the Old Testament. So when he quote for them from Isaiah, none of them is a questioning what it says there. They knew already what is there, and they knew what it's meant. But the surprising is, they don't know why he is speaking in parable. So the question is, why you are speaking in parable to them? And notice here the question is to them, not to us. And here you notice that our Lord, he speak to us, depend on who we are. There's some they have knowledge, and there's some they don't. There's some they believe, and there's some they don't. There's some make mockery of Jesus, and there is some they don't. So depend who you are, the words will be delivered to you differently. There's some they don't want to hear, even though they have ears. There's some, this is simply very easy to understand. Like, you talk to somebody, it doesn't matter how much you try to convince him. It just, actually, the more you talk, the more he will become even stubborn, because he feel like he's important now. Because he is a fool. He don't listen. So when our Lord, he mentioned what is mentioned in Isaiah, and this is a vision of Isaiah when he said he saw the cherubim. I think this is in Isaiah, maybe. Let me check, 6 or 9. Hold on, give me a second. Or they say the Lord of hosts. Give me a second. Isaiah. Okay. Yeah, 6. I was right. So Isaiah 6. Let me put it here. So if you go, it is 6:9, correct, 6:9. Isaiah 6:9. So here you go. Keep on hearing, but do not understand. Keep on seeing, but they don't perceive. So the quotation is coming from here, and you can read the rest actually, because you can even connect all what is written here to what the Messiah is saying. And that's why it's very important when we study the Bible is to connect the the verses together, even though there's a huge difference between the timing, between the time of Isaiah and the time of Christ. Still, they are very much connected because remember, it's one Lord, one book, one message, one faith, one belief. Even we call the people who believe in the Old Testament are called Jews, but at the end of the day, it is one God, one message, and one faith. And never was about religions. God did not create religions. He did not send a prophet to make religions. All the prophets, all of them, they serve one purpose, on one Lord and one message. So if we read the book of Isaiah, describing how people they are, make the heart of this people dull, and their eyes heavy, their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, and lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ear, and understand with their heart, and return and be healed. So if we connect those beautiful actually statement of Prophet Isaiah, one of the powerful prophets in the Bible, amazing one actually, you will see how the Messiah inserted the quotation of Isaiah in what he is saying to his disciple. So I speak to them in parable because those people they don't have what you have. They are not able to hear me the same you do. So it's not fair to speak to everybody in the same level. If you go and listen to a priest in any church without making, I don't care about church. I mean, as a sect, as long they believe in in the Father, the Son. Like for me, I accept the three major churches: Catholic, Orthodox, Protestant, to be Christian churches. Jehovah's Witnesses are not, Mormon are not, etc. But if you go to talk to any of those, even those who claim to have knowledge in the Bible, you will give you a headache. They will start talking about, saint, etc., saint, etc., saint, etc. When we do not need you to tell me about the saints. And then they start speaking about mythology and they use heavy-duty words to show you that they are they have depth of knowledge, and they speak language nobody understands, because this is not the language of somebody is an average Christian who is asking simpler question. So they speak in a very high, let us say, complicated, complex discussion. So they make you even more confused. They never answer you. They never answer a question. It's like two crazy people. They are talking to each other, and the rest they don't understand what's going on. And the two crazy, they claim to be very knowledgeable, and they quote for you. And yeah, they have knowledge for sure. They have knowledge. Their quotation is ready. They're and usually when they quote for you books, but mostly it's not what the Bible says. Mostly saints, bishops, pope. They I notice always that those who claim to have a lot of knowledge, they avoid using the amazing simple language of the Bible, and they run into complex. And I think they do that, many of them. It is like a way to show off that I am a person of knowledge and you are nobody. So I'm going to throw some Greek words at you, and I will mix it with some Hebrew, and I will mix it with some Latin, and for sure, I have to shine myself more with giving you some books you never heard of, and maybe nobody even heard of, because I want to show you that I am a person of knowledge. I have a lot in my head. You know nothing yet. You have no idea you are talking to. But when Jesus speaks to the audience, he speaks to them in parable, because he makes things far away from being complex. So those people who they give you a complex answer, in fact, they are teaching something totally against the Bible teaching. So why you speak to them in parable? What is the purpose? Well, those people don't have what you have. You are with me. You hear me every day. You learn a lot. You are with your master, your Lord himself. They are just audience. They will hear me for 15 minutes and they will go. You are with me all day long. We go together. Wherever we go, you are with me. So you get what they don't have. So how in the world I'm going to speak to them the way I speak to you? And why I should? And here, if we go back a little bit, you will see that the Messiah, like I was mentioning the boat actually, about the hole in your boat, and your boat is leaking, and obviously you did not do a good maintenance. But when you are with the Lord, you will not be worried about the boat, because you trust the Lord that He can make the boat float, even if the boat have a billion hole, because you saw Him walking in the water. But if you don't have the Lord with you, can you trust a boat with very bad maintenance to go deep in the ocean? Can you trust a boat where the wave kind of flip it, even if you have a maintenance for it? And here the Messiah mentioned to us how to be wise. And you will see maybe many of us will not notice the connection between this speech here and the speech after. You might think this is different. This is, talking about something different. No, look what it says here. In fact, all is connected. So here he spoke about what? He spoke about many things to them in parables, saying, behold, a sower went out to sow, and he sowed. So this is you and me. We wanna grow good things in the field. We wanna grow something can feed us. Otherwise, why we wanna sow seeds? For what? To waste? And then some seed fell in the wayside, and the bird came and ate them. Some they fell on a stony places. Well, they dried and die, right? And some they, fail in a good ground, and those the one are going to grow and make food for you. But why in the world you will make all those mistakes when you should know that if you sow the seed in the wrong place, they will not grow? You know that the bird will take it. You know that's going to die. You know here is going to work. You know. And that is about the foolishness of a human being. And this is why we are talking about the Messiah speaking about in parable. Because we know many of us, uh, we have, all of us, we have different level of understanding. We have different level of education. We have a different level of intelligence. It's a fact. A different level of even background, you know. Somebody is coming from a poor family, somebody coming from a rich family, somebody even don't even what saw me, like he never worked on farming, but he can imagine it, you know, he can think about it. So the Messiah, he make it very, very easy to understand, far away from complex. So you do not need to be a genius to get the message and what is the problem, or what is your problem is. And then if we continue, when they ask him about why you are speaking to them in such a way, he mentioned that there is some, it doesn't matter how much you explain to them, they have ears, but they will not hear you. Even if I make it simple and imparable. They have eyes, they can't see you. And he quote for you again from Isaiah. And all of that will take us to what I want to talk about the weeds and the seeds. Maybe we should play the rest of the audio and we continue from there.
Chapter 13. On the same day, Jesus went out to see and not perceive, for the hearts of this people have grown dull. Their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so that I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For assuredly I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desired to see what you see, and did not see it, and to hear what you hear, and did not hear it. Therefore hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom, and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is he who received seed by the wayside. But he who received the seed on stony places, this is he who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures only for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. Now he who received seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becomes unfruitful. But he who received seed on the good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and produces, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Another parable he put forth.
I will stop here. So you see how this is connected with the one before. Like you go from the beginning, you will see he talk about the sideway, the seed field here, the seed fall in the rock, and then the seed, the only successful seed is the one is deep rooted. Even the one who received the seed in a rocky stand, okay, because he was lucky. It was so easy to get the seed. It's so easy, it's so clear to pick it up. Did not take me to work. It came to me right away. But as soon discrimination and threat and death and pain come, right away he give up. And he don't want those seeds. Those seeds is causing problems. So he give up. But the one who have roots, the one who is deep rooted, that is the one, the seed grow and become like a tree, and the seed is going to bear fruit. And this fruit is not going to be just a fruit like I give one fruit. No, it's going to be hundredfold. And then we go to the part after that. And this is about the weed.
Forth to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came, and sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The servants said to him, Do you want us then to go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares you also uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest, and at the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, First gather together the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
And here, this is very, very important thing to understand. This parable here can be taken in two directions. One is about the Lord in the day of judgment is going, he allowed the weed and he allowed the good seed to grow together. Even though they are no match, they should not be together. But the enemy, he put the seed there. The Lord, he did not put bad seed. The Lord, he put good seed. The enemy came, and the enemy saw the weed. And now we have a problem. Shall we go and take the weed right away? And here we have, I see it in two different ways. Here we see that the Lord at the day of judgment, at the end of the time, he will allow all to grow together, the bad and the good. As the Bible says, the sun rays above the bad and the good. And both they will receive the blessing of the sun. Both. But then that is going to be not forever. And same here. There's a time where the harvest will happen. And when the harvest happened, each one of them will go to different direction. And the Lord is very careful not to start unblocking the weeds, because in the process, some good seed might die, might hurt. But, isn't it better to take the weed right away? Absolutely. It is better. But this is about your own weeds, not about the global weeds. So we will go to that part, in a few minutes. So when the Lord allowed the bad weeds like Islam and communists and filth and pimps, prostitution, simply all of us we look alike. Even though now we are talking about plants, and usually plants they look different, but you will notice that those seeds they are very close to the look of the wheat. So the Lord is afraid that when you are trying to take them away, you might take by mistakes the good ones. They look alike. What about we wait until the wheat is full of wheat, and it's very easy to recognize which one is the weed and which one is the wheat. As we connect that to other verse in the Bible where Jesus said, from their fruits you shall know them. So I will let them grow, and then it's going to be very easy in the harvest time to know which one is the wheat and which one is not. The wheat will grow tall, and their head will be down because they are full of weeds. That will make them heavy. They will look different, totally different from the weeds. So it's very easy to grab either one by itself without mistakes. Let them grow, and then we will fix the problem. But there is other kind of weeds, and those are the one which is in your yard, not the global major yard. Like the Lord, he have the biggest yard. So when the Lord he speak about his creation, every inch of this earth and even beyond. So the weed will grow everywhere. He will allow it to grow. But there's other scenario which is about your own weeds. Shall you let the weed grow inside you, or you clean them right away? For sure, the answer will be clean them right away, which is the opposite of what we see here in about the Lord in the day of judgment. He is going to collect the bad and the good. The bad will be sent to be burned, and the good will be taken to the place where they deserve to be. In your case, shall you let the weed grow in your yard and say the Lord one day will clean it? That will be a big mistake. And this is why I start today telling you about some people we know. Always we ask somebody a question, hoping that he will give us the answer. And usually, the one who will give us the answer, we expect him even to even clean our weeds for us. And you notice that many churches, sadly, they don't deal with the weeds. But what they do, they deal with the comfort. So you are a person who commits sin. You go to the priest, you confess your sin. The priest, he will pray to the Lord to forgive you. But shouldn't the priest question how you are and why you are doing this sin? Shouldn't the priest help you to fight your sin? Shouldn't the priest tell you first of all why in the world you are doing this sin? Is his duty is just to help you to confess because he's a brother and to pray to the Lord to forgive you? Or his duty as a brother is to rebuke you and to help you to fight your sin? And then you have to join in the fight because you are the most important soldier in this fight, not the priest. So you go to the priest because you are seeking consultation, you want solution, you are looking for comfort mostly. But then the second day you come and you do the same thing. So we block the weed today, the weed come back tomorrow. And even some of us, they don't even bother to unblock the weeds. So we leave it, it grow big, and say, the Lord will forgive me. I'm going to pray tomorrow. Let the weed back. Let the weed grow. And maybe I will read this parable wrongly. I will say the Lord, he says, time will come, and he will gather everyone, the bad weed and the good weed. And I am I mean the bad weed, the weed, and the good weed. And I am the wheat, not the weeds. But how you are, if you are full of weeds and bad things. So what I wanted to share with you, that we want others to help us with our problems. But we don't want to acknowledge the problem, and we don't want to acknowledge that we are the one behind the problem. We want a priest, we go to church because we want to feel comfort. We want to feel we are forgiven. But then second day, we do the same madness and we commit the same sin. And then next week I go, and then I ask God for forgiveness. And I say I'm not going to do it again. And then I go and do it again. So it's an endless process of hypocrisy. You are against the weed, but you plant the weed. You don't want the weed, but you enjoy the weed. You complain about your weeds, but in reality, you allow them to grow. When the servant said, do you want us to go and gather them up? He said to them, no. Why? Because there's a better solution. For I am the Lord. Let them grow so I can see, give them a chance, to give everyone a chance to be what he wants to be. The one who wanted to be the weed, he will be the weed, and the one who wants to be the wheat, he will be the wheat. But in your case, you know that you are allowing weeds to grow. And you know that, and you allow it to grow, and you allow it to stay, and you allow it to come back. Simply, you are a self-hurting person who loves to hurt himself, who loves to enjoy pain maybe, who is addicted to pain and guilt. And you cannot live without it. You decide that without weeds, you cannot live. And the proof of that, the weeds in your yard. And the weeds can be anything you can imagine. A person who drink like a donkey. A person who smoke like a chimney. A person who use filthy language like a sewage. A person who cheat, for he's a cheater. A person who's selfish, for he loves nobody except himself. So you have all kind of weeds, and none of those will be exist if you don't allow it to exist. The selfish will not be selfish unless he decide to throw everybody under the bus so he can survive. The cheater will not cheat unless he decide that I'm going to cheat, and I am going to enjoy it, for I like it. Nobody is forced to cheat. However, we can find an excuse for all our filthy behavior. I cannot live without drinking. Why you cannot live without drinking? Is drinking part of your food? People cannot live and survive without drinking and be like a donkey. People make a mockery of you. And then when you are drunk, you can maybe, you don't know what you will do. You might commit a crime. In the best scenario, people will laugh at you, die laughing at you. You might be kidnapped, you might be raped. Why you might drink? Why a woman and man, today is Saturday, why they want to go to the bar? What's exactly is in the bar? They are going there to bring weed. They pay to bring weeds. If not weed, literally. And you know, they smoke weeds these days, right? So the weeds we are talking about is way more harmful than the one they grow in your backyard. Those we grow them, those we bring them to our life, and those they destroy us willingly. It's like giving the key to a killer assassin. So the assassin will come to your home when you're asleep. You know, when a person fornicate, even if you are single, even when you are single, the first thing you will notice that sin never make you happy. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything is wrong, you do, is going to chase you. Even if it was 20 years ago. You remember it, you know it, and you feel guilty. It doesn't matter how much you try to kill the guilt inside you because you're filthy and you're a scumbag. It is inside you, you know it. And it's going to hurt you. And the more guilt you do, the more you are hurt. And the more you are sad. Even you try to, you go to the bar, you jump, and you are dancing, and suppose you are so happy, and the women putting too much stupid makeup, and she looked like a whore, you know, wearing, exposing her skin, and every scumbag looking at her, every pervert looking at her butt and her ass. Uh, well, you are just trying to cover up your pain. And you are going to have more pain. You run away from your pain and you jump in a bigger pain. So I am guilty of something, I'm sad about something, I start drinking. But then when I drink, I became more evil and more ugly and more stupid. And my health is going to be even more bad. Oh, my kidney is dying. Oh, my blood. Oh, my cholesterol. Oh, my etc. Oh, my lung. So you try to escape sin and you jump into a bigger sin. And this process will continue, and then you find yourself like walking in a quicksand. And you know, there is some sin, not only they are deadly in the meaning of God, they are deadly even in your life. Like when we speak about sexual sin, if you go right now, I wish I can show you, but it's not appropriate for me to show you. But all of you are adult, you can go. Sexual disease is the most nasty, filthy, disgusting ever you can imagine. You cannot imagine how disgusting it is. All of this because you decide to become stupid idiot and you became an animal and the animal inside you is controlling you and you decide to jump like a dog from a place to a place, from a woman to a woman, from a man to a man. And then a sexual disease will hit. Some of them, they are deadly. In fact, you will wish to die. Some of them, they are so painful to the point you will wish that pain of anything to compare to it. It is so scary. Some of them, even they will make you look so bad. And all of them, they share one thing. They are punishing you. And not only that, because you decide to filthy and cheat, you go and you have sex with a woman, she is not yours. And then you bring a disease to your decent wife, a woman she have no guilt. Then your penalty and your punishment is going to be way more. For you brought sickness to a woman, don't deserve what you brought to her. So there's two weeds. There's one, the Lord, he will collect in the day of judgment. And you can be part of it, and you will be burned for eternity. And there's weeds we have today in our daily life. And those weeds we grow, not the enemy. See, here it says, who is the one who grew those weeds? They asked the Lord. Who is the one who grew the weeds? We know that you are the good Lord. You grow seed only of wheat. You did not put bad seeds. The enemy. But in your case, who is the enemy? You. Especially if you are a person supposed to be a believer and you know about the Bible. Not like someone is coming born in a pagan family. I mean, he don't know better. So bless those who hear and then they multiply. But how in the world you hear and you are a believer, but instead of multiplying good seeds, you multiply filthy weeds? What happened to you? So I wanted today to take an opportunity. You know, when the Messiah, he said to the woman she was accused of fornication, he told her, he gave her a chance. He told her, I will not judge you, not even I. But then he said to her, go and sin no more. Today in the church, some of them, they start like arguing with me that, well, you know, there's things I cannot stop. Like, what do you mean drinking? You know, is it drinking is bad? I said, yeah, it's bad. Said, the Bible doesn't say that drinking is forbidden. He said, I said, the Bible, there's many things that not say it's forbidden, but the Bible does not need to say to you what is right, what's wrong. So drinking, when we say drinking, we're not talking about drinking little, like when you drink little water, you know, or make tea, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. That's not the drinking we're talking about. The drinking we're talking about when you are an elephant and your purpose is to drink. Or what you need to do, you want to drink, not drink in the side of something else. Like you have a little drink with some food, maybe. No problem. The Bible says little of it will bless your heart. Little of it will bless your heart. Not a liter of it will bless your heart. I noticed today in the church how I offended some, because you know me, I don't sugarcoat things, you know, I say it as it is. So I say, because you decide to become filthy and fornicate. And obviously that will offend some. So they want to believe themselves to be believers and they go to the church, but then obviously the one get offended from this is a fornicator. All kind of sin, doesn't matter what, fornication, stealing, lying, anything will not make you happy. Don't think I came from the sky and I did not commit sin. I do not know what sin is. Whatever sin I did in my life never made me happy. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to commit sin. I want to fight it. First, it's foolishness. Secondly, it's stupid. Come with pain. Number three, it's against God teaching. Number four, it doesn't make me happy. So what I get from it? Give me one reason to do it. You feel guilty, you feel sad, you feel depressed, you feel bad, and it doesn't make you happy. And you hurt others. So what I'm doing? What for? What is the purpose of our sin? So either we say we are going to wait for the Lord to collect the good wheat and burn the bad weed, and then we might be the bad weeds. Or we say, you know what? I am going to fight my own weeds, and I'm going to be the same as the seed who fell down in the ground, in a nicer ground, and have roots, and I grow up as a tree, and I multiply my fruits. And that is the one who hear the word of the Lord, and he understand it. So who is the one who will grow weeds is the one, it can be the one did not want to hear it, or the one he heard it, but he don't want to understand it, or even heard it, but he don't want to listen to it to obey, even though he understood very well, because he prefer sin, because sin for this person is more fun. How many people will be in nightclub tonight? Or now they are in some areas like in Europe as we speak. How many people they are drunk and look stupid and look filthy? How many women will be raped? How many human beings will be robbed? We are out after the middle of the night, wrong time, wrong location, wrong people. Who is going to be out in the street in 3 a.m. in the morning? A priest? The holy angels? Or rapists and drunken and drugs dealers? Who is the one who will go to nightclubs? The quality or the junk? And I know that this topic will not be loved by many, because when we feel guilty, we get hurt and we get upset. You know, me as a single person, if I say to you how many women they try to tempt me, I'm not saying to you I'm a good looking, no, but you know, the second you are famous, with the word famous, there's many things come with it. There's many ants will be attracted to you. They see you like a sugar. So you try to fight temptation, you try to fight sin, but then sin became more, like, more aggressive, more tempting, more offers are coming. So the more you try to close, you close the window, they come to you from the door. You close the door, they come to you from the chimney. So fighting sin is not easy. However, when you are succeed to fight the sin, it's way better from the difficult result of sin. Imagine your house is infested with cockroaches. All what you need is to bring one cockroach. Just one. One cockroach get in, the cockroach lay eggs, boom. Have fun. All what it take is one cockroach. Not 10, not 20, not 30. So you say to yourself, I will do this one. And then the cockroach is already there, you know, will start making babies. The eggs will be all over. You open your fridge, you find them. You open your closet, you find them. You sit in your car, you find them. You have infestation, my friend. So what do? Either you surrender and you become a cockroach, you accept yourself, you are just one cockroach of those cockroaches, because you want to live together. You have to accept your new neighbor. Or you say, no, I'm not a cockroach. One get in, 10 get in, I'm going to kill them. I want to keep my house clean. I am the child of God, and I am not a cockroach. So if you agree to live as a cockroach, then cockroach upon you. Blame nobody. And don't go to the church and say, I'm going to repent, and then you come back home and your house full of cockroaches again. You are just a hypocrite fool. You can't fool God. You cannot. Some people, they think if they make a donation, oh, God will close his eyes on my cockroaches. No, no. We are not Muslims. You can't bribe God. Oh, I'm going to donate to Christian Prince. You know, he's fighting a good fight. Maybe the Lord. No, no, no. If you donate to me, you're not going to go to heaven. Trust me. Only scammers will say that to you. Only scammers will convince you that if you do give us money, the Lord will love you. The Lord will love you not because you gave a donation. That is a normal thing to do. From their fruit you shall know them. You do good things because you are a good person, following the good Lord. Not because if you make a donation you go to heaven. But before you go and make a donation, shouldn't you clean for your house first? Before you go and feed the poor, shouldn't you look at the poor you? Because poor is not about money. Poor is about poor in spirit, poor in a cleaning, poor in a hygiene of sin. It's not about how much shower you take. It's not about how much perfume you put in your. In fact, most all the hookers, the prostitutes, the pimps, they use the most expensive perfume you can imagine. But there's no perfume in the world can cover their filth. I hope the way I explain it, it is not complicated. I try to speak my thoughts in a very, my English is limited anyway. English is not my first language. I wish I speak better language, to explain myself more. Like sometimes I wish I'm speaking to you in Arabic, because then I will be the full horse to explain myself. But with my little English, I hope I was able to deliver to you what I believe I should. Uh, Today is Saturday. It's a blessed day. Don't waste your day and go to nightclubs. Don't waste your day and smoke. You are just burning your money, hurting yourself, and maybe hurting others around you, especially if you have kids or even your wife. Don't be selfish. Don't be stupid. I never smoked a cigarette all my life. I grew up in the Middle East, and those little boys, they say to me, teenage, oh, you are not a man. Only men, they smoke cigarette. I laugh. What men have to do with a cigarette? In fact, my understanding is that the one is weak. He think if he smoke from his mouth, he look like a man. Oh, you don't have a tattoo. Tough men, they have tattoo. But I know. Try me, and then you will see if I'm tough or not. What tattoo have to do with try me. You have a tattoo, come to me, and I will show you what your tattoo can do to you. What being tough have to do with tattoo? They told the women that if you smoke, those, what they call them, shisha, stupid donkey. I mean, filthy. I think the women look like a whore. The women literally look like a whore and not only that, you look so stupid, man or a woman. The second I see somebody smoking those shisha, I see an idiot. And don't try to convince me that those who they are doing it, even if you are one of them, I don't care. I see you as an idiot. In fact, donkeys are better than you. If you give the shisha to a donkey, he will never even touch it. A donkey will never take drugs. So the donkey being donkey is more smart than you being a human? Sin is our enemy, our self-destruction. All of us, we struggle with it, including me. But I have to make a decision. Either I say, okay, you know what, I'm single. I'm not even cheating my wife. I don't have a wife. Okay, women, they want to talk to me. Women, they want to go out with me. Women, they want to do things with me. What I can do, I'm weak, commit sin because I'm being tempted. And then I will give myself all the excuses, and I do it. But I know I'm being just hypocrite because I can't live without it too. And if you cannot live without a woman, go get married. Find a woman, you love her, she love you, and get married. Don't be a cockroach. You know, fornicators, they are like a lice. You know the lice? The lice, they live in the hair, and you know, the lice who suck blood. So it's like a lice going from a panty to a panty. And then he sucked from every panty blood. And then one day, this lice will become so full of blood and will explode. Will keep sucking blood because they are like as a creatures, they are so stupid. So they don't stop. They don't like suck what is enough and they stop. So they keep sucking, 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 and then they explode. Their stomach cannot even take it no more. So don't be that lice. You see, some they will like Islam for a very simple reason, because Islam make you commit sin and believe that it doesn't matter what you do, as long you say Shahada to Muhammad, you are going to go to heaven. And doesn't matter what you do, in the day of judgment, Allah will take all the sin of the Muslim and you will place it on the Christians. Simply because their God is Satan. All right? When your God is Satan, then you do, you know, what Satan asks you to do. Like, you know, the Bible says the wise man's heart inclines him to the right, but the fool's heart to the left. Which means the wrong. It's not a secret. So the Bible is the manual to resist and win and bring victory to yourself first. So why I want somebody to resist for me when this is my duty? I am the one. The Lord, He gave me His word. The Lord, He gave me His wisdom. The Lord, He told me how I can be successful. Why I'm waiting for somebody else to do for me what I should do? You know, when the Lord He said, "From their fruits you shall know them," that will take me, you know, the foolishness we see in our churches these days. You know, if you go right now, you will see somebody is Catholic bashing the Protestant bashing the Catholic, or Greek Orthodox, etc. And then you will notice that here, that there's no wisdom. Those people don't have wisdom. All the weeds we have our life, they did not see it. They see only the problem being Catholic or being Protestant or being Orthodox. The priest who is bashing other church, he is not worrying about his church is full of fornicators. He don't even scream, says, who is this with you? You live together? Is she your wife? No. Oh, you are welcome. Fornicators are welcome. But the second you say, oh, I'm Orthodox, oh, please, you know, we don't, here, this is all Catholic. Oh, no, we cannot welcome you here. You go to the Catholic, you say the same. So fornicator is welcome. Muslims are welcome. Satanic are welcome. And this is, you see, when the Bible says the enemy, when the Bible says in Matthew 13, the enemy divide us Like right away we see somebody, our sister there, saying the Catholic are not saved. So that's it. She decided they are not saved. Eh, eh, I'm going to send the Catholic to hell. She decided, that's it, Her Majesty. Why? Look like we learn nothing. Other person will say to you, the Protestant will go to hell. Like, why? You tell me why. Why? Faith is about individual. Never was about a group. Christianity is a faith of individual. From your fruit, you will be known. When the Bible says from their fruit, he's talking about the whole world. But in the same time, he's talking about each one of us individually. So don't think you are superior, and don't think you are saved, and the rest are dummy and they are gone because you belong to a different church. That is the enemy. And you guys, you don't listen to me carefully. You are not learning. You see, I have a lot of people hate me because I don't preach the garbage they preach. They like me to bash the Catholic, or to bash the Protestant, or to bash the Orthodox. They love it. They want me to be a tool of the enemy. They love it. When the Quran in chapter 5, verse 14 says, I will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians. Hatred and enmity between the Christians. The Christian specifically, until the day of judgment. And sadly, the devil Allah is so successful. But the devil cannot be successful without people like you, who love to divide the Christians. You're a priest, you're bishops, you're popes, whatever you call them. They are the tools of the devil. When here the Lord, he said, the enemy, they asked him, Lord, who is the one who put the bad seed? Where the bad seed is coming from? He told them, the enemy. When we will know that the one who is putting bad seed between us is the enemy. Do you think Jesus really will take you to heaven because you are Protestant? Oh, Protestant, they will go to heaven. That's it. There's Protestant. Come on, Protestant. Oh, Catholic. Catholic, jump in the truck. Oh, you are going to go to heaven. Oh, hey, Greek Orthodox, come here. Yeah, all of you. Come on, come on, everybody. Even Putin. Even Putin. Yeah, he killed a lot of people. He killed the Christians. Putin is an Orthodox. They bring him here. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with you people? Do you hate Jesus? Those who divide us, they hate Jesus. There's no Orthodox, there's no Protestant, there's no Catholic. The Bible name you Christian. And the Lord, he says, whoever believe in me and I will live. Whoever. And he said, the one who believe in me, he do obey my command. So who is going to be saved is not someone because he is a Catholic or Orthodox or Protestant. Is the one who obey my commands. Is it hard to know? Is it hard to understand? There's many wonderful people, they are Catholic. They love Jesus. Same as Protestant. All of us, we do wrong. Oh, they have pictures. Oh, but at least, you know, they don't, a picture, I don't agree with it. At least they are not watching porn. I mean, they have a picture of somebody claim to be Jesus. I understand this is wrong, but they do because they love Jesus, not because they are bad. Even that one is not because they are bad. Oh, the Bible forbid us from having pictures. I understand. But even that, you see, God our Lord, He will judge you by your fruits. And if we are going to go to heaven because we never commit sin, well, we are out of heaven because we already commit sin. So if you think they commit sin by having a picture, well, you have a bigger sin. So if they cannot go to heaven because of this and that, you cannot go to heaven too because of this and that. Don't speak in a superior tone. Those who feel superior are the foolish one. To be saved, you wash the feet of everybody. If you want to be a master, you have to be a servant. What people do, they think they are mastered. Because I am a Catholic, Protestant, I'm a master, he's nobody, or the opposite. This is the language of the foolish people. I warn you, the Lord will punish you. They go in the street and they tell Muslims, Jesus loves you. But they see a Catholic, oh, Jesus hates you, you're a Catholic. Oh, you're a Protestant, Jesus will send you to hell. Oh, Muslim, Jesus loves you. Yeah, I believe in Jesus, brother. Jesus, what's wrong with you? That guy believe in Jesus, and he loves Jesus. A second ago, you cast him to hell. Anyway, like actually one of the major I struggle with people, like if you go to my Patreon, you will see that most of people, they don't like to even support what I do for a very simple reason. I'm not taking a side. So the Protestant will say, I'm not going to donate this guy. He just spoke about a priest. He's a Protestant. He wiped the floor with him. And then the other guy would say, oh, this guy, he just, made a lot of comment about the Pope, how bad he is and how satanic. I'm not going to support him. I'm a Catholic. And then the other one says, oh, I am a Greek Orthodox. Look, this guy, he just said many things. So I'm not going. So I have nobody. But trust me, I have everybody. Because if the Lord is with me, who care who is going to be with me? You can keep apart. You can stop supporting me. You can keep coming here. I don't care. Division is from the devil. It's not from God. All the names you see is a fabrication. And the priest, they enjoy it because this is how they can feel their authority to control you. Without division, they are not exist. Their authority would be demolished. I have authority when I have a title. But a true believer, he will give title only to the Lord. The second you give me a title, that means you are replacing the Lord by me. How many times you notice I get upset when somebody say to me, God bless your ministry? I say to him, don't say that. You know this? I don't know for how long many of you know me. I mean, they say, why are you upset? We did not say anything wrong. I fear that the word ministry, I am claiming to be someone special. Oh, I'm priest, maybe. Oh, I have a title. I fear that word. Even the one is saying to me, he don't mean something bad, and I know, but I don't want it. Oh, God bless your ministry, CP. My friend, I'm nobody. I'm not ministering. I'm not a priest. I'm nobody. I'm just speaking to you what I learned, the truth. I don't want titles. You don't even know me. If I die tomorrow, nobody will be in my grave. Nobody will come to my funeral. You know what nobody mean? Nobody. I receive no glory. Nobody knows who is this guy. You see me in the street, you walk next to me, you don't know me. I receive no celebrity. I receive no, praising. I receive, and I don't want it. Otherwise, I will go on camera and there people and go from place to place. Like they have a conference. Hey, CP, come and join us. People will be happy to see you. I say, this is the problem. That's why I don't want to be there. People will see you. People will praise you. People will make you a star. And then you will become a fool. And then you become a greedy. And then you think of yourself highly. And then you receive your reward, the same as those who pray in the corner. The Lord, He says, when you pray, go to your closet. You will see someone, they go live on air, they speak, they pray for 5-10 minutes. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and then 15-20 minutes after that, he is praying to God. It's a clear act of hypocrisy. He decided to go to the biggest corner in the world. And the purpose of it always is to show you that they are true believers. I always suspect those who act in such a way to be hypocrite. And then you will notice right away, donate to us. Brothers, GoFundMe, we want to keep the light on. Look like the light will not keep on unless they keep asking people for money. The light, we have to keep the light on. I mean, without us, the light will not on. Hey guys, do you have light at home? Do you have light? No, you don't have light. We are the one who keep the light. Do you see how the scam work? They claim to be Christians. What do you mean you keep the light on? What does that mean? Any reason happened around them, go fund me. Anything, just imagine it. But if any of you get sick and he's homeless and he go fund me, nobody will donate to you. So why people donate to those people? Oh, because they are famous. But the famous, he become famous because is he what? I mean, is he famous because he is poor? Is he famous because he is like Paul? He struggle in life. He make tents. Is he famous because they are, they never own a house, or they are famous because of what exactly? All of those, you will see that they have millions of dollars in their homes. And this is another issue. I did not mean to talk about it, actually. I wanted to talk about this, but that comment took us to the front side of the speech. So be careful, be vigilant, and don't let people use you. All right? Any question for me? And don't worry, if you donate to me or not, the light will be on. For the light, the Lord, He says, I am the light of the world. It's not a Christian prince. All right? The light will be always on. For that is Jesus, not those fools in YouTube. I'm into that. Don't let them fool you. Any question? Anyone? The one saying, please donate CP, I will block you if you say that again. Warning. People who want to do it, they do it voluntarily from their heart. There's no need for people to say to them. All right? Be careful. Otherwise, you will be blocked. Any question? Do you have your armor and sword, my crusade? Well, the Lord, He gave me many armors, my friend. Many. You see, when I debate people, I never prepare for a topic. I never prepare for a debate. People call me. You see, if you go back on time, who is the first one ever you saw in YouTube? He opened his Skype to take calls. Me. But do you know why? I don't know what people will say to me. When you debate people, you have no idea what they will ask you. Right? Those who debate with Muslims, they prepare the topic. Okay, tell us a topic. Okay, we schedule it 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now. So both of them, the Muslim and the Christian, they go search online. And then, online you can ask AI, he will give you 1,000 answer in 2 seconds. Right? I mean, maybe AI now is new, but still we have Google for a long time already. But I go live and I never fear a challenge. First, because I am confident with my faith. Secondly, I believe that my strength is way beyond my strength, which means it's not me. I believe the Lord, He gave me victory. I don't believe I gave victory to myself. I don't believe that I am the one who make victory. Because I know the victory, which is going to happen when we debate a fool, is a victory for the Lord, not a victory for a Christian prince. If I lose, it's not me who will lose, at least in the front of their eyes. In the front of their eyes, Christianity, Jesus lost. But we know that's not true. So there's somebody, he go to the fight, and he's confident, and he work hard too. Not only I say the Lord will help me, and I go like a fool, I know nothing. So I study hard, I read a lot. Uh, uh, I know what it's like a doctor, he want to do operation, but he never study medicine. That would be stupid. So you study, you work hard, the same as the Lord, He said to the Jews, you go to the war, I will be with you. But you go to war. You have to go to the war, and I will be with you. And when you go to war, you have to be ready. You have to know the art of war, the logic of war. And to prepare yourself to war is more important than the moment of war. The real war is not when you meet the enemy. The real war is when you are being prepared. Because you struggle, you train yourself, you occupy yourself, you prepare your arms, your weapon. It takes a lot of work. The battlefield itself is going to be maybe an hour or a day. And then one will be victorious and one will be dead. To prepare to the battle, it takes you maybe tens of years. And when you are ready, you are ready. And the enemy will fear you, not the opposite. All right. Any question? How is people in Rumble doing? So I hope this topic today was good. You know, I hope we did enjoy it together. And let us, fight the weeds in our life, because we have a lot of weeds. You know, a lot of weeds. Any question? Yeah, when somebody say those words like Jesus Akbar, this is an insult to Jesus. Akbar is a name of an idol. Akbar is a name of an idol for the sun. There's two God, Allah and Akbar. Akbar was a big idol. Akbar mean in Arabic bigger. Bigger. Asghar means smaller. Akbar can be about age. It's about always a value, size, etc. But it's always usually used for when you speak about an object, it's about size. All right. So we should not use those terms when we speak about Christ, for those are pagan terms, and it's some people are ignorant, they don't know what they are saying. They think it's just being funny, or but it's not right to do it. Be careful. You speak of Jesus, nothing except what the Bible say about Jesus. Anything else is rejected. All right. You can call him whatever is in the Bible. Anything else is not right. Uh, any question? Can you talk about the Bible every Sunday? Well, you see, because I know there's many, they go online and they speak about the Bible. So I said, not many, they can do what I do when it's come to Islam. That's why I devoted most of my time to fight the garbage of Muhammad, because Muslims, the more of them come into the West, and the more, people in the world are, fooled by their propaganda and their lies. So I found myself forced into to do, let's say, war on the garbage of Islam, because first I study it, secondly I'm from the Middle East and I speak Arabic. So there's many things come together, to make me go in such a direction. And then even sometimes I feel like I'm sick of it, you know. Honestly, sometimes I feel I'm sick. Like I wish I can just go fly somewhere, like take a break from this garbage. But then I feel guilty. I feel literally guilty that there's somebody somewhere fooling a Christian somehow, and I'm doing nothing. So I hope, soon we will have. Actually, I notice many ex-Arab Muslims, they have channels online and they are speaking Arabic, which is very good. Actually, I'm surprised about the number is getting bigger and bigger. You know, I'm really surprised. Uh, like this is was like it's like when you open the faucet, like one drop in a big dam, you make a hole in the dam, and then the dam start leaking at first as a drop, and then the drop became bigger, and then became bigger, and then the dam collapsed. So Islam built a dam where anyone will try to insult Islam or Muhammad or expose the garbage of the devil Muhammad, he will be executed immediately. And this is the only way for this garbage satanic cult to survive. But then there's people like me and others, we are few in the beginning, we start making those holes in the dam. And we start popping here and there. And the holes start getting bigger. And then there's others are watching, they were scared. And then notice, oh, look, there's somebody doing it. Oh, there's two. There's four. There's 10. There's 20. And then, more and more coming. So always you need somebody is brave and he is willing to take whatever it takes to do it. And then the devil kingdom will collapse. They can stop us when we are one or two or three or few. But when the one is making holes in the walls, is beyond ability of the devil. The devil will collapse. All right. So I'm glad. Like yesterday, we saw this young 17 years old. Even though like he is, he is short of wisdom because he's young. I mean, he's a kid, 17 years old. So I'm not expecting him to be, mature. But this is a great thing to say that even young ones in such a young age start to move in such a direction, and that can make a big difference. All right, Lil, I will. By the way, we have our sister. I don't know if you remember. Our sister, I think she's called Gina. The one she asked you to pray for her. She have a cancer. I don't know if she's here. She sent me an email that she did the testing again, and it looked like the cancer stopped or gone. So we are happy for her, and thank you for all of those who pray for this sister. If you remember, this was I don't know 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I made a post. Uh, she sent me a private message. Actually, asked me to pray for her, and I posted in Patreon, and I asked everybody to join in prayer. So it looked like she have a very good news, and she is cancer free. Oh, she is here. Here we go. Oh, tell them why you're asking me to. Tell them. Go ahead. She's here. Yeah, I told her. I said, okay, as long as good, go and tell everybody. But I think maybe people in the chat did not notice. Yeah, she's here. We are happy for you, sister. All right. Any other question? No more? If CP sees my question, his answer will be amazing. What is your question? Do you think the Crusaders were true Christians? Well, who is more a true Christian than someone give his blood to defend Christians? You see, what you read about the Crusaders, written by the enemy of Christianity, they hate them. So imagine you are going to read about Christian Prince by an author, he is an atheist or he is a Muslim. Somebody he support homosexuality. What he would say about me? History is not what written in books. History is what is written in heaven, in the book of God. He is the only one who can preserve the true history for what I did and you did. Everything else is a false history. There's not a single news agency give you news without agenda and propaganda. Those who support Trump, Trump is perfect. Those who support Biden, oh, he's wonderful. Those who want Kamala to win, Kamala is the most smart woman, even if she is the most dumb, stupid, idiot woman ever I heard. So each one of us have his own book, but decency is not there, because the one who support Trump is supporting blindly. You have good things, you have bad things. And those who, I mean, everyone has his own agenda. But in the book of God, history written by God, there's no agenda. There's only truth. So someone defend churches, women, children, defend the weak, died, go to war, and he died to do that. How in the world we are asking if they are good or not? They will say to you, oh, you know, do you know that even killed Jews? Well, I will, if I am in the crusade at that time, anyone betray, he should be punished, starting with the Christians. A Christian who joined the Muslims betraying the Christians. What is the punishment for treason in any country in the world? Death. Who cares if you are a Jew or a Christian, or if you are, you should not do that. Why you join the enemy? What is the punishment of a Jew in Israel? He joined Hamas. There's no question about it. So they come to Spain, they occupy Spain, they kill the Spanish, they rape the women, they occupy the country for hundreds of years, and then we join the enemy. And then those people, they free their land. What they would do? History written by your enemy is not a history. All right? If you ask a mother about her son, how he look like? Oh, my son is so handsome. Mom, are you talking about me? Oh yeah, you look so good. Mom, come on. Oh no, no, you are so good, look so good. She's your mother. She think you are the most handsome guy in the world, even if you look like a monkey. So there's somebody is blind because he love you or she love you. It doesn't matter how you look like. You are the most beautiful, but most likely you are not. So you're gonna take a book of history written about you, written by the one who loves you, and you're gonna take a book of history about you by the one who hate you. You can read about your history from someone is just. He's not writing about you because he love you, neither because he hate you. So all the books you read, it have to be examined, because there's, you know, lack of decency. There's some people that write books just for the sake of money. Like the guy, he made a book, says the most influenced person, he put Muhammad in the top. Why? Because he knew if he put that, Muslims would buy his book. There's books, Muslim, non-Muslims, they wrote books about Muhammad, how amazing he is. They knew that his book will hit the market and he will make millions. I wrote books, Amazon took it from the shelf for 2 years. 2 years without income. Because tens of thousands of Muslims, they send letters to Amazon, and then when I threatened to sue them, they put it back again. So people who they are doing business, they knew what is the subject will make money and what subject will be maybe bring to you death. So which one is better? Make a book and make millions and go sit in the beach and enjoy life and drink for those pervert, or make a book will make a lot of enemies and they will chase you to kill you. Right? Why Indonesia and Malaysia converted to Islam? Well, you can go back to the history of those countries, but I think Indonesia, based on what I understood, again, you know, history can be written falsely. I cannot really say uh, confirming things because I did not witness it. But based what I learned, that an Indonesian king, he was under threat to be attacked by other groups. And they told him, if you convert to Islam, the Muslims will join you and protect you. And then when he convert, a huge number of his people, they converted too, because usually they follow the king. And for sure, the influence, we know that the Arab influence, the Muslims, reach all the way to China. Like right now, as we speak, there's a lot of territory in China is almost totally Muslims. So Islam were able to spread by sword, but not necessarily every country. However, even the country which is not spread by sword is by the sword. Why? Because many they converted because they wanted to have protection from the Muslims who they became their neighbors. And they are scary at that time. They became an empire. It's like somebody go to jail and then you hear that he became a Muslim. Why? Because the Muslim, they have a gang. Every group in the jail, they have gang. There's Mexican gangs, there's white gangs, and there's Muslim gangs. So you have to belong to one of them. So what if you are not any of those? What you would do? Okay, I will convert to Islam. At least when I leave jail, I'm not a Muslim. And I believe this is what happened to this king in Indonesia. He have to join a gang in order to receive protection of the gang. All right. However, we can change that. As you see, the Muslim, they are making a study, PhD study about me in Indonesia. This is how much terrifying one person is for a religion, have hundreds of millions of followers. One person. All right. I hope I answered you. Anything else? At the end of the day, all religions, their existence have a reason. And the reason, number one reason, human being is confused. So this is why you see through history, human being is worshiping weird stuff, you know. Like you go to Japan, they have you go to Thailand, they have a status for the penis. I mean, have you ever heard of somebody worshiping penis? The Hindus, they have in their Kaaba, they have a Kaaba, the same as the Muslims, the temple. They have a stone present the vagina and a stone present the penis. So a human being through history is known of his foolishness. Foolishness is always welcome. The same as nightclub and bars and drinking and drugs. It's an act of foolishness, you know. So it doesn't matter how much you think you are smart. You become an engineer, you became a doctor, you became a nuclear scientist. You are going to be. You can switch in a second to a donkey, in a second. The difference between all of those and the other hand, Christ, is extremely clear. It doesn't matter what they say to you. Like you see this guy, Part Harman, he speak about Bible change, uh, contradiction in the Bible. You see, the knowledge of the fool is always against him. Like, if you remember this guy, he had an interview with David Wood, and you notice that when those Christians they interview those people, they are somehow they are promoting them. They do not focus in cornering them. It's like they are afraid to offend the guy, so he will not come again to my channel. However, by mistake, the guy, he been asked a question by David Wood. He said to him, "Do you think after Jesus' resurrection, the disciples they saw Jesus?" The stupid Bart Harmon, who hate Christianity, he said yes. How you say that he died? He is not God. He's not. He thought he is the Messiah, and then the stupid you say yes. So even those who they are concentrating their enmity in Jesus, their stupidity is going to be their enemy. But because the one who is talking to them is not in the level of the conversation, he cannot hunt what they say. So he said it, and nobody said, "Hold on." If they did, that means Jesus is God, and everything you said to us is false. How he's dead? He's a human. He's dead. Okay? They killed him, they buried him, and you agreed. So how you say to me that yes, he came to them and they saw him and they saw his hands, and you agree? And you don't agree because the book is saying that. You claim that you are a scholar and you believe this would happen. So the difference between all those religions, that nobody can confront Christ. You can confront a Christian because he is ignorant, not because Christianity is the belief of ignorance. But I can confront every Muslim, including Muhammad, including Allah, which does not exist, because Islam, the religion of ignorance. And the same for Hinduism, the same for Buddhism. When you read what Jesus says, you notice right away, this is not a speech of somebody speaking just wisdom. I mean, if you connect, you know, look how the conversation, even what his name, Tuiva Singer, the enemy of Jesus. If you remember, I play his video. I think the title says the difference between the Quran and the Bible, something like that. So he said the Bible is not like the Quran. The Bible is written very, you know how he squeezed himself, very carefully, in a very eloquent language, in a very logical, in a very, so even the enemy of Jesus could not deny that this book is miraculous with wisdom. He thinks it's written carefully because he hates Jesus. But in reality, it is carefully understood. It is carefully received. It's carefully God wisdom. It is care and full of care. So God, he care for us fully. So he gave us his wisdom. For him, it was just an like very good. If you notice, very good writing. He squeezed himself like to make himself like he's thinking, you know, very fake, you know, fake. But then when you look, you will see well, he's right. I mean, look how it's connected from the first letter to the last letter in the page, to the book of Isaiah. Going back again, if you go to the Quran, you will see no connection between verse and the second one. One verse speaking about Musa, the second verse is talking about Torah Bora. So I really enjoy reading the Bible, And I wish actually my memory about the Bible the same about Islam, but because I focus most of my life fighting this garbage Muhammad, so my memory about the garbage of Muhammad is way more. Uh, but I mean, it was for a good use. All right. Uh, any more question? No more questions. All right. I made this image using the AI. I don't know if you like it. For sure, this is not Jesus. Don't think this is Jesus. I don't make images of Jesus. This is just about a man. He is, you know, putting seeds. That man can be you, can be me, can be anyone else. All right. Have you seen YouTube videos of a guy, J. Smith? Yeah, you see, J. Smith is. I like the guy. I mean, I believe he's a decent man. He is a little bit different from many of those in YouTube. Uh, you see, this guy is more, let's say, he's not like the others. Regardless if you agree with him about what he say about Muhammad or not. But he is, I believe, he's decent. He's not about money and and super chat and this garbage. He's a uh, let us say he's a trustworthy in what he do. This is my impression about him. I never met him, by the way. I never saw him. I have no idea who is he. So sometimes we can be wrong in what we see, but this is what I think. However, about what he say about Muhammad never exist. For me, as a Christian, I don't find this topic is interesting. The reason is I talk to people who they are Muslims. So imagine like I come to you and say Jesus never exists. You will laugh at me. You will stop listening. Do you agree? If somebody want to debate me about Jesus, right away he starts saying, "Hey, Jesus never exists." I laugh. I don't know. Don't talk to me. I don't waste my time. Right? Because the idea, regardless if it's true or not, we're not saying it's true, but the idea itself is going to be rejected by a believer immediately. So you create like a wax between you and him by throwing this statement. So he will not listen no more because you just say something so foolish, for him at least. All right. So when I speak to a Muslim, if I say to him Muhammad never exists, I just okay, bye bye. Those statements can be used if I am speaking in the standard of academy, with people have knowledge, scholars, you know, then we can discuss in academic way. But this language cannot be used with average Muslims. They won't even listen. So for me, it doesn't help me in my mission to make Muslims leave Islam and accept Jesus. So I focus in exposing the exist Muhammad, not the non-exist Muhammad. You know what I mean? So when we chop the exist Muhammad into pieces, and then after chopping him, we make him not exist, then the person can listen to you about Muhammad never been exist, but not before. Are you getting my idea? So we chop Muhammad into small pieces first. We make him shish kebab. We put him in the disposal. We turn the disposal in, and then we say to Abdul, see, there's no Muhammad. Muhammad does not exist. So you have to make Muhammad not exist in his head first as a belief before speaking about the character as history. However, his work can be important properly for someone when I do more academic studies. But for me, I don't find an interest for me in it. It doesn't help me anything, you know. All right. If you go to my mom and you say to her, "Your son does not exist," she will say, "I wish." But he's exist. Come on. Oh, do you think personally he exist? Well, the name Muhammad for sure does not exist, because Muhammad is not a name; it's a title. It's a title. However, historically, there is nothing about this guy. This is what J. Smith is chasing. Like, where we can find this Muhammad? Where? You know, who wrote about him? Where we can find? Nobody know him. Even when the Muslim they came supported Jerusalem and they occupied it, we don't see the Christians writing about someone. His name is the Prophet Muhammad. There's nothing. What they speak about a bunch of Bedouin, Arab, savage, attacking the city. There's no Muhammad. There's no this letter sent from Muhammad to the king. There's no such a thing. So this is what they are speaking of as history, which can be true. What we receive about Muhammad, the so-called Muhammad, Muhammad means the praised one, is a title, obviously. Based in the Muslim books, his real name is Qatham. Qatham. When he decided to announce himself to be the replacement of the Messiah, the whole idea of Muhammad is to replace the Messiah. If you know, I don't know how much you read, there is a person, he claimed to be like a format of the Messiah. His name is a Prophet Mani. Anyone heard of him? If we go check it out, you will see that this person trying to present himself as the Messiah, literally. All right. And you will notice here that this Mani, he mixed many religions together, and he tried even to dress himself based in the images drawing of Jesus. We know that churches they start drawing icons of Jesus in a very early time, like this guy. He came obviously 216 A.D. And he present himself that he is like the Messiah. Uh, he tried to speak like him. He tried to present himself in a way, trying to copy the wisdom of Jesus. He tried a lot of things. However, this guy did not teach violence. He did not teach violence. All right. Uh, let's see if we can find. But you will find a lot of stories of Muhammad is matching perfectly with this guy Mani. As an example, the Hur. Because the Zerdish, the Zoroastrian, they have the same. Those Hur, they are creation of God, who they are flying in heaven, they are women, they are white, they are see-through. So here you see that look like somehow that Muhammad is a copy of Mani. Now, if I want to go more in details, that will take us to an academic level, and then we have to go and open books and pages and reference, etc. And this is why usually I don't talk about this, but there's a lot of things between Islam and this Mani. So he's a mix of many religions, and this is exactly what Islam is about. Like if you look at the pictures, you will see here something present too much Buddhas, right? Very much. And you will notice actually that his shoulder here is exposed and naked. Do you see it? And then here you will see something strange, like something like cross, right? And then here there's some trees, and those trees, they are two different kind of trees, or three different type of trees. Like this tree here is close to this tree as a look. This one look different. This one look different, but this one look the same as the one coming from behind him. And obviously this goes deep to the books which we can read. And if we want to study deep because pictures always they present the whole religion actually in a second. Like even when you see pictures in churches about Jesus or even Mary or Paul, they present story, they present something. Even the colors, they are symbolic for something. So none of those images is done for nothing. Here, this is like, I think, like imaginary AI picture of Manny, based on images, of him, like here. But here you see as much as it is Buddhist, you know. But if you check in details, you will see there's a lot of mixing between Christianity, the word of Jesus, Zoroastrist, Buddhist, uh, many things, you know. So somehow I think it might be that Mani is Muhammad, or let us say uh, a character of Mani placed on a fictional person. His name is Muhammad. If Muhammad exists for real, even if it is true, he will be a person trying to copy Mani. The way he went to heaven, the flying horse, the conversation in the heaven, the gates, I mean, tons of stories. You see, the Quran is like a copy of Mani. And by the way, this religion was very successful spread in the Middle East. It's not a small one. It wasn't small, but they could not let us say, as a cult like Jehovah's Witnesses and others, they grow, they spread like weeds, but they could not convince people of them that much, but they were able to spread. So Christianity was the one was able to dominate, and all the other weeds, they start shrinking until they die. Actually, I think, and now there's uh, there's people in USA, even USA, they believe in him, this guy Manny. Let me see. Yeah. Um, where we can find. Like I found this page. Maybe you would like to read. Now you have to be careful when you read. Not everything is the internet is it true. I did not read this page yet, so I cannot confirm how truthful it is. But as I remember, I was able to find a temple for the group who believe in him right now, as we speak. but they are a very small group of people. So we can say that this religion like did not totally die. Even there is a temple of Mani in China. This is how big the spread was. Let's see. See, they were able to spread even all the way to China. Here we go. This is a temple for Mani in China. And they are saying actually here that this religion was able to shape China. I'm not sure how is that, but you know, you can read it and check it out. Yeah, so like there's a lot of things you can read and learn. Even here there's a map. I think they have more temples. Yeah, so those are all temples. I think they belong to Mani. Look how many. Strange, huh? Yeah. Oh, look. Even they have, you know, if you notice here, by the way, this is Aramaic. This is an ancient Aramaic here. I'm not sure about this one. I cannot read it really. Yeah. But right away, you will see how the mix. You see the elephant, the Buddhists, the Hindus. You know, this guy looked like a pig. So you can see the influence of. It's a collection of religion, the same as Muhammad exactly. All right. Yeah, you see, it became so big. Let us see here. Yeah. Look, see, they have a status for him. But you notice right away that the statues present very much a Buddhist. So this guy, he was under the influence of Christianity and the fire worshippers, the Zoroastrian, and the Buddhists and the Hindus. So he put them all together, and he mixed all the legion stories, which they are exist in his own land, and he come with a new religion. And that's why you find a lot of stories from Muhammad coming from his books. So, you know, we cannot confirm except what we have. You see, this is why I cannot say when I speak of something, if I do not know for sure, I do not know for sure. Because if you claim to know and you don't, that is a foolishness. You know what I mean? But we can speak of what we know. Otherwise, going back on time is the only way to know. But a little compare between Mani uh, and Muhammad and Islam, we will find a lot of similarity, especially in the stories and the fiction stories. Maybe I can make a topic specifically about this one day, so we can compare. Like, you know, if you remember, when we compare between Muhammad and the Sabian. The Sabian, they have a huge impact on this guy because he's born there, you know, in an area which is heavily invested with Sabian. If you remember, we showed you before the book of the Sabi and Kanza Rabba, which is very much present or like a copy of the Quran, or the Quran copy it, because Kanza Rabba is written before the Quran, long before. Kanza Rabba. And here, by the way, you notice, like when you speak about the Sabian, uh, you think you are speaking Arabic, but the fact this is Aramaic. Kanza is coming from Kenz, which is used in Arabic for treasure. Rabba is the same word when you say rabbi or rab. Rabbi, Rab. Rab means Lord, God. All right? So, Kanza Rabba is the treasure of the Lord. And their book is two part. One is right and one is left. So when they read uh, from the right side, not like in English, you know. They read from the right side, and then they keep reading until they arrive to the middle of the book. And they stop. And then they start reading from the left side, because the book is two sides. You have to read from both sides. You know, like it's not like you don't read in one direction. So this is Kanza Rabba. I think this is Kanza Rabba, right? Let me see. Which one is this one? Ah, see here it says Al Yamin. Kanza Rabba Al Yamin, the right side of it. And this is Kanza Rabba Al Yasar, the left. Here we go. So this is Kanza Rabba. And right away you will notice that it is look like the Quran. In fact, if you read right away here, it says فرفع السماء وبسط الأرض ونادى ملائكة النار. This is exactly what says in the Quran. رفع السماء بسط الأرض. Exactly, word by word. والأعناب والأشجار. This is what the Quran is saying. والقمر بهاء والنجوم سناء. Exactly what the Quran. والشمس ضياء. Let me show you. uh, see? Exactly, word by word. الشمس ضياء. I don't know how many of you speak Arabic, but right away you will see. والقمر نورا. If we take the word ضياء alone, well, let us cut here. All right, it appear, and then you take فرفع السماء. رفع السماء. Exactly the same sentence. Exactly. Allah, He رفع السماء. It's exactly the same. The other word وبسط الأرض. The Quran said والأرض بساطا. بساط. This is exactly the same. Which means carpet. He made the earth carpet. All right, here we go. 71:19. See it? الأرض بساط. Exactly the same in Kanza Rabba. ووهب القمر بهاء. It's exactly والنجوم سنا. And even the language is the same. Like, you know, they're trying to make like let us say a rap song, you know. Yeah, he's copy everything. Even the story about Adam and the angels bowing down to Adam is here. Read it. فسجدوا إلا الشرير فقد أبى. All of them they put down except the evil one, the shaitan. You go to the Quran. Exactly what I wrote. So Allah command the angels to bow down except the evil, the Satan, he refused. Exactly the same. اسجدوا فسجدوا إلا إبليس أبى. إبليس أبى, word by word. Right. To in front of you. So here the story of you know, when Allah he created Adam and Eve, and then he commanded the angels to bow down to Adam, except Satan, he refused. Uh, and then the rest of the story, which is exactly as it is in the Quran. By the way, this is not a cross. Don't be fooled. You know, those people, when the Muslims they start killing them, because the Quran says the Christian and the Jews are the people of the book. Those are not. So they add to their book that they believe in John the Baptist, but they don't. And the easiest way to know that this religion exists long before John the Baptist. So how John the Baptist is in their book? So this is something they add later, and they add that they believe in John the Baptist, but this is not true. This book is very ancient, goes back. Uh, I'm not sure like how many, uh, maybe even 1,000 years before Christ, maybe more. You know, yeah. So this is something they add later, so the Muslim will not kill them, to convince them that we are not pagan. We are the people of the book, as the Quran say. But the Muslim did not listen to this because they knew that they are people who worship so something totally different from. In fact, the Sabian they believe that Adonai, the God of the Jews, is their enemy because he is the one who he is the one who caused the Pharaoh to be killed. The Sabian believe that the Pharaoh is a believer in their belief, and the Sabian they were able to let's say make many regions become part of their like the temple of the Sabian, the temple of Al Makkah in Yemen belong to them. You see, for a long time I was saying that the temple of Al Makkah is a temple of the moon god. I remember a long time ago I said that many people they came to me and they said you are wrong. We have a proof, and they gave me websites. And yes, the scientists they were saying that this is the sun, the temple of the sun. Scientists. Then about maybe 10 years ago, the scientists they were able to read the script written on the walls, and they were able to discover that they are wrong. This is the temple of the moon, as I said. All right. And the reason I said that without even going there, because the Sabian they are the ancient ones, and they knew better than those who they are claiming to be scientists. So if the Sabian they confirm that this has belonged to them, why in the world do you want to say that? You know, uh, yeah, it's like reading Quran. You know, I wish you guys you speak Arabic so you can know. The original book, by the way, is written in Aramaic, not in Arabic. The original one. This way, actually, if you go on their website in the top, you will see in the top, this is Aramaic. This is not Arabic. And it's actually not too much far, you know, but it's hard for someone to not know the language to be able to read it. You know? See why reading is a treasure? The more you read, the more you learn, the more you know. And then you have to be smart. Not everything you read is true. You have to be vigilant. Muslim Prince want to debate me? Isn't this guy? Is that Malik, Muslim Prince, or a different one? No, okay, I can take him if you want. Are you sure you want to call me? Are you sure? The Bible says Jesus was a bloody person. He broke the rules of Sharia. You do not know even your book to know my Bible. Which Bible you are talking about? The Bible of Allah? Are you talking about the Bible of Allah, which is corrupted according to your religion? I mean, you Muslims are a bunch of dummies. You come to us to speak about our Bible, but you do not even know one page in your Quran. And that is going to question your hypocrisy. So if you want to talk about the bloody, you want to talk about the bloody? We can talk about bloody. You want? Are you there? Is it better to learn Aramaic before Arabic? Any language is good to learn, you know. Aramaic is the mother language. If you learn it, it can open doors for you to know more about Hebrew and more about Arabic. Not the opposite. Because those languages are born from the Aramaic, not the opposite. However, Arabic itself is not totally born of Aramaic. It's a mix of languages. That's why we laugh at the Quran when the Quran says that the Quran is a pure Arabic. But the word Quran itself is not Arabic. The word Iblis, look, this word Iblis is not Arabic. Malaika is not Arabic. Adam is not Arabic. I mean, look how many words in one line. The word kafir is not Arabic. This is Aramaic. Kafir, kafir, kafir. You see, like if you go right now, you search the map in Israel or in Jordan or in Syria or etc. You will see kafir, kafir, kafir. Kafir mean what? Kafir is a place where it is hidden in the middle of nowhere, which means it is not known. It's hidden. It's covered. The word kafir itself coming from there. So the stupid Muhammad says the Quran is a pure Arabic, but then in one line you find, look how many words. Malaika is not Arabic. In fact, every word here is not Arabic, but the clear one. Adam is not Arabic. Iblis is not Arabic. Kafir is not Arabic. So how many words in one line? None of them is Arabic, right? No, I can open for him my Discord. Let him come in Discord, no problem. We can take him for a snack, even though I was going to go soon. But we can take Abdul for a snack, no problem. Come in Discord. We will call Discord uh, who is Allah? Make it easy. You will see no Muslim even know what who's Allah. Not a single one. Hmm. All right, come to Discord. so-called prince. All right. Am I heard? You can hear me, guys, in Discord? Is my voice coming? All right. Come, the Muslim boy. Join us. Give you some time to join. Yeah, so like, you know, the Quran is just a stupid book. The Quran is not a book in any way, actually. Where is the book? Actually, Muhammad did not even leave a book. And as you see, the story, as it is in front of you, is coming from the book of QandA, which is the book of the Sabian. Where is the Abdul? Maybe he's opening Discord. Give him some time. It's okay. Yeah, sometime Discord take time to update. You know, it's all right. No problem. Sabian, uh, you see, they are from Iraq. However, you know, Iraq, when we say Iraq, Iraq, the way we know it now, is not what Iraq it used to be. So those lands, they used to be mixed. So sometimes this land is part of Persia. Sometimes it's, you know, Iraq is Iraq. Sometimes Israel is part of Iraq. You know, when the Babylon, they took all that area, they occupied it all. It became part of there. So it depends what is the empire at that time, you know. And those empires, they keep changing. So territory is not fixed in one place, and even ethnic, there's no borders. Like, you know, people, they go, you can ride a camel and go. There's no passport, there's no checkpoint, there's no. What happened to the Abdul? I think the Abdul, he is using the staff of Suleiman and the termite. They ate his staff and he collapsed, which is normal. This is a normal thing to happen to Muslims. All right, guys, as long as he is not coming, he's an idiot, obviously. I will close Discord and I will finish my broadcast soon. Any question for me? Sorry, guys, in Discord, I will close. I see this potato is not coming, it's just Joker. We thought he is a poo-poo, it turned to be is a fart. What we can do. Next time, maybe. Thank you in Discord. Thank you, guys. Yeah, potato. They will be lined up if the one is debating them is an American who do not know anything about their garbage. And how you are a Muslim and you are a prince, all of you are slaves. How you can be a prince? Religion of slavery. Well, you know, I was talking for long today because I was in a church before I came here. So how long I'm talking now here? I don't know how long. So you can, I think even I was in the church maybe for more than 2 hours. 2 hours. I was for more, but I was talking. I think, you know, at this church, uh, they come to my door and they invited me. You know, they go to everybody. It's not only. It's not like me. You know, they don't know me. So they, you know, they give an invitation. So I went, you know, to check it out. They don't know me. They have no idea who I am. And then everything I say, each time I say something, they say, "Oh, this is a good idea. We never heard this before." And then the priest, he said to me, like, "Are you a minister in a church or something? Like, you know, it look like you know a lot." I said, "No, I'm nobody." He said, "Well, you know what? What about to come here and me myself? Actually, I enjoy listening to you. What do you do?" I said, "I do nothing." He said, "Nothing? Nothing is good. If you do nothing and you speak like this, that's wonderful." You know? Yeah. And then he said, "What about you take over?" I felt rude somehow because I thought he's making mockery, you know. I thought he's get offended. So he said, "What about you take over and you do the Bible study?" I said, "No, no, no. I'm just sharing." He said, "No, I don't mean anything. You know, I'm serious. You know, you are saying things is way better than what I thought. Even I can. I'm learning actually. Go ahead." I said, "No, no." I said, "No, no. I'm serious. You know, I am not. Don't think I'm being offended. No, please. You know, go ahead." So I went to John to listen to them and just to share. At the end, to me, like I'm the one who's talking for the to the end, and he became a person who's asking me questions too. Uh, and then you know when they asked me which was the address we came because they don't remember which address. You know, they gave cards to a lot of people. I said, "No need." They said, "Okay, just a phone to call you." I said, "No need." They said, "How we can contact you?" I said, "No need. If I like, I will come back." All right. I came here just to hear and see how good it is. And God bless you all. They were nice people, you know, but I can tell people they get upset. You know, I offend some people because I say things in a very straightforward way, you know. You know me, I don't sugarcoat things. Um, but generally speaking, there's only one person he left. There's one person he left, and I can tell he's get upset because of what I was talking about. You know, like when you I talking about like today is Saturday, how many people will go to nightclubs and drink and you know do frisky stuff and even fornicate and etc. I noticed this guy is he got agitated and he is unhappy. And then he said to me, "So are you saying to me if somebody he drink and he go nightclub, he's a bad person?" I said, what is a good person?" He said, "Answer me. Is a person go to nightclub is a bad person?" I said, "First, I have to make definition for what is good person and what is a bad. Then we can find out a good person, based on the Bible, is the one who obeyed the command of the Lord. As simple as that. And the Bible make it clear that a drunken and fornicators and thieves and effeminate will not enter the kingdom of God. So you follow the Bible or you follow the nightclub?" He did not answer, but I can tell like he was very unhappy, and everybody was looking at him to see his response. But he, you know, he did not say anything. But then after like maybe 15, 20 minutes, he made himself like he received a text message. But I can tell he's trying just to avoid staying longer because I delivered to him straightforward something offensive. Yeah, they want to go to nightclub, they want to drink, they want to, you know, and they want to call themselves Christians, right? Yeah. All right, anything else? And Muslim Prince, don't worry, we will not tell your mom about what happened here. You told your mom, I'm going to fight Christian Prince, I will defeat him. So you can tell her, lying to her, that you did defeat me, all right? Nobody will know. What happened in Discord will stay in Discord. Don't worry about it. Hmm? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you can tell your mom that you bring victory to Allah. She will believe you. You know, this is how she believed your dad before you. You're the man. Hmm. Yeah, today is Saturday. How many people today, they will be drunken and they will be wicked, you know. Women, they dress almost nothing, and then they stay until 3 4 a.m. in the morning, and then second day she have headache and she is sick and she is vomiting, and God knows she slept with who, and how many women they will be raped, and how many people will be shot tonight, how many people will be shot. Why? Because people, they decide to follow Satan. Who is going to be 3 a.m. in the morning outside? Two, or let's say three: a policeman, or a criminal, rapist, thief maybe, or a whore. Who's going to be outside? You see, there's some countries are very safe. Like I've been in Korea. I like about Korea, it's very safe. You can walk. Me, I don't like to go outside at night. Actually, I don't like it. But in Korea, you can be outside, and the city is very safe. People are very friendly. You know, so you can go walk. But even in Korea, a drunken man, he chased me. I saw two. I saw a drunk guy uh, attacking other guy, and you know, there's like the street have like 50 60 people. Nobody even care. Nobody jumped to separate between them, and I can tell one of them is drunk. So I jump between them to separate them, even though nobody understand what I'm saying. Both of them, they are Korean. So I separate between them, and I told the guy who is not a drunk, be smart. You know, he understands a little bit English. Said it's okay, just go. He's drunk, just go. But now the drunk, he thought I am taking his side, the side of the other guy. All right. And there's other drunk guy who was sitting in the side of the street. He stood up and he came to me. So now I have two drunks coming to attack me. All right. But I know if I hit him, I mean, I'm going to break his teeth. Actually, he's a drunk. I mean, when you're drunk, even if a little girl, she hit you, you will fall down. You're drunk. Little push, you will fall down. Already he's out of balance. But I'm not stupid. I mean, this guy, I'm not going to fight a drunk guy. So I push him away. And now two of them, they are walking behind me. I look, they start walking behind me. I stop, they stop walking. I walk, they walk. I look at them, this like I turn my back, and I was afraid maybe they have a knife. You never know. You can stab you in your back, you know. But I don't want to fight with them. They're drunk. They look like a bunch of fool. I feel sorry for them. And then like what I would do, I punch them, beat the hell of them, teach them how to behave. It's not a smart idea, and they will take you to jail anyway. I mean, especially you are a foreigner. And then they are talking, they are shouting, like you are walking behind you, so everybody's looking at you. It's like a scandal. Oh, well, you know, you're chanting, like I don't know what they're saying in Korean. I stop, they stop talking. I stop and I look at them. I turn my face to them. They get intimidated. They stop talking. I walk direct them. They walk back. They step back. I continue walking to my direction. They follow me. It was hilarious. And then the police came because if somebody called about the fight, you know. And the guy who called the police, he told them those are the two guys. So thank God. Otherwise, they are following me. I mean, it's like a chicken, two chicken walking behind me. They don't attack me, but they keep walking behind me, and they are talking loud. They are screaming, you know, in Korean language. So even in Korea, where people are very friendly, very nice. If you are drunk, you will become a fool and you become stupid and you become a violent person. Why you want to do that to yourself? So, from a respected human being, people respect you. To a stupid idiot, you get yourself into trouble. All of this because you decided to be drunk. No, we opened already Discord. He did not come. He's an idiot. Forget about him. All right? So save your money. Drinking will not make you healthy and will not make you happy and will not make you successful. Nightclub is not a good place. Not for women, not for men. And if you wonder if something happened to you Saturday night or Friday night or whatever night because you are 2 a.m. in the morning alone in the street, well, obviously you are an ignorant, you are an idiot. Because you are 2 a.m. alone in the street, somebody will hunt you down. Criminals are waiting for prey. So when you are an idiot, blame nobody for what can happen to you. You did that to yourself. And this is what our topic today is about, taking the weeds of your own. Don't let the weeds to take over you. A friend come to you, says to you, let's go to the bars, there's girls. Well, you know what? He will say the same about your sister. He will say the same about your daughter. And he will say the same about your wife. If your wife is a stupid too and she go to the bar there, everyone in the door, many of them, they were looking at her butt and everybody looking for a hunt. Remember, people are going there for fun. And they are going there because there is people, not because if there's nobody in the bar, nobody will be there. If the bar have only men, nobody will be there unless it's a gay club. And the women, they are not going there if there's no men. So don't tell me you are going just to drink a little bit. You are going there for something else. You are seeking something else. You can dance at home. Go dance at home. No, you don't want to dance at home. You want to dance in the front of people. You're enjoying dancing because there's many people watching you. You are not enjoying the dress you are wearing because you look beautiful in it, but because you want men to look at your beauty. You are going there to expose your skin to get the attention of men. So both of you are the same equality. The one who is looking to look at you and the one she is looking there to look at her. As simple as that. Go do muta like Muhammad. You know, they are doing muta actually. They are doing Islamic muta. This is what the bars is about. In fact, the heaven of Muhammad is nothing but a bar, including, you know, homosexuality. All right? And usually when you say those things, you will offend many people. But who cares? Say it as it is. All right? So anyway, I want to say thank you guys for being here. If you did not watch from the beginning, we were studying some about the Bible. You can watch from the beginning. Leave your comment. And I know, you know, videos like this will not be too much viewers of it because people like more, you know, they like actions and funny and comedy. And this is not about any of those. Those about those who seek how to take off their own weeds. So if you're interested, you can watch it. So I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. And if I could tomorrow to be here, if I did not go to a church or somewhere, maybe I will be. I don't know. If not, I will be live on air tomorrow morning, like we did it in the last 2 days. If not, maybe Monday then. So I want to say thank you. God bless you. And God is good. So is Jesus. And we are the crusade. So yeah.